The most recognizable name in distance measuring devices is Bushnell, and they've got a very cool patriotic connection to an excellent player pack that you can pick up featuring the Wingman and the Tour V6 Shift. We'll take a look at both straight ahead. Hello friends, and welcome into another product review. We always enjoy showcasing for you technology and things that might enhance your enjoyment of the game. And today we're taking a look at the latest from the #1 brand in all of distance measuring devices, Bushnell. And there's a unique angle to the products that we're showcasing today because they're connected with and they benefit the Folds of Honor Foundation, founded by Dan Rooney. This is a great organization that provides scholarships for the families of the fallen. In fact, inside the box of the Wingman Speaker, you have your own challenge coin, which bears the slogan of Folds of Honor: honor their sacrifice, educate their legacy. Very patriotic touch. And again, there's a portion of the proceeds of these packs that go to the Folds of Honor Foundation. So let's start our review, first of all, by unboxing the Tour V6 Shift. That is the distance measuring device. For those of you who have used laser rangefinders over the years, you kind of know the basics of it, but you also know that there are a lot of features depending on which model you go with. And in the Tour V6 Shift, one of those features is the shift. And that is contained behind this silver medallion B, which slides this way and activates the slope measuring feature of the rangefinder. Turn it off, turn it on. Now, one of the things you've got to pay careful attention to is if you're playing in an official tournament, make sure that the local rules allow you to have a device with that feature. Now, I don't think any of the tournaments will allow you to use it, but some of them also won't allow you to have a device with the feature on it, right? So there's a difference in there. You could say, yeah, it has that feature, but I would never use it. And then you could accidentally bump it. Your opponent says, hey, I see orange showing, you're in trouble. Be careful, check your local rules. This is a really good device. Very simple, eyepiece, lens, and on top the orange button is what you're gonna press down. And I wish there was a way to let you feel the jolt that kicks in when you lock in on your target, because it's really quite cool. I've got the slope off, and we'll just go to these short holes here on the practice area. We are, by the way, at Island Resort and Casino in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan during an Epson Tour event called the Island Resort Championship. So this is a practice area. So these three flags on the green, as I come in, bam, 34 yards, come over here, bam, 46 yards, come over this way, 37 yards. And in every case, a big jolt comes through when you hit the number correctly. And in fact, there's a red ring that lights up in here when you get the number. I'll go out on the range here a little bit. There's a white flag out there, 179 yards. Maybe you could hear the vibration when it clicked in, and in the eyepiece, you can actually see a red ring appear, and it's really quite convincing. I don't have a lot of elevation changes to show you, but let me turn on the slope here. There's a pine tree out there way at the end of the range. I'm going to go to the base of it first, 376. Let me go to the top of it. Get to the top of it, we go to 399 with the slope factored in. And that's what this brings you. You've got the guesswork almost all eliminated, which leaves us only with user error when the shot doesn't go well. So this is the V6 Shift. Again, check your local rules to make sure you're allowed to use that sort of an option. This is a very solid, sturdy device, which also has, by the way, a magnetic bite, so that if you're in a cart or if you have a push cart with something to attach it to, there you go. It just rides very securely. You're not going to lose it on a bump. And as long as you don't forget it at the end of your round, this is a pretty good way to go. All right, next up, let's take a look at the Wingman. Depending on where you play your golf, speakers and music might be welcome. Some places it's not, but a lot more places these days, you can bring a speaker out, Bluetooth connect this to your phone and have your jams playing. If I started to play music right now to showcase how good this speaker sounds, then YouTube would take the video down because of some copyright violation. So I'm not going to play music for you right now, okay? I want to show you the golf side of it, because with the push of a couple buttons, you can transpose this over into golf mode and still have your music playing. In fact, when you set up at a golf course with your Wingman, you'll also need to download the Bushnell app. Once you do that and set up an account through your phone, it will quickly recognize where you are and take you to the first tee. If you're starting on 10, it'll recognize that you're on 10. So that's pretty simple. But what you see at all times on here is the distance of the hole. You've got front, middle, and back on that particular hole. You can look at it on the screen while your music's playing, or while your music's playing, you can hit a button up here on top and it will actually...
Hole 1, par 4, center 329 yards, front 319. Back 340.
Now you say to yourself, well, that's great, but why would I need to hear that if I'm standing right next to the cart? Here's why. Because the top of this detaches into the form of a remote that you can put in your pocket. And I can come over here and I can hit the same button and have that series of numbers.
Center 329 yards, front 319, back 340.
Announced to me no matter where I'm standing. So now you've got music, you've got your yardages. Scroll through some of the different features on here and get some different numbers if you'd like, but all of it connects through the Bushnell app. So now we have a little overview of the Tour V6 shift along with the Wingman speaker, the connection into Folds of Honor, the great cause that is, make a little difference on behalf of the families of the fallen, while also equipping yourself with some of the best stuff in the game when it comes to entertainment on the course and measuring for accuracy.